What's up, guys? Just driving right now. I'm actually going to see some venues for the upcoming seminar in the fall. Got something really special planned for you guys. By the way, if you want to learn how to tighten up profits or increase profits by tightening up your dispatch operation, go to movingmastery.com. I just put up a free training for you on the 7 steps that you need to take and the areas that your dispatcher needs to be on top of in order to increase profits in your moving companies at movingmastery.com. And I want to talk to you about setting up your manager for success. So whether this is like an operations manager or it's a, maybe your sales manager. Hopefully, you forgot to put do not disturb on there, so hopefully we don't get a phone call. I don't know what that was. Oh, I got a text. So, yeah, because, a lot of times we bring in managers and we think that automatically they are going to, be able to handle everything and be the solution that we're looking for. And a lot of times that's not always the case, but it's not because that individual's not the right individual. It's because we don't set them up for success in the beginning, right? So let me, give you an example. I have one of my mastermind members, one of my flagship members, was talking to me about his new operations manager and how he was having some trouble getting the guys, the movers, to listen to him, right? And get them to kind of do what he wanted them to do. And, all the orders and all of the, assignments and everything was getting passed down from the owner, from my client, to the operations manager in order to go implement them. So the intention was good, right? He knew that he needed to hire somebody so that he could step away and start working on the business as opposed to just in the business. But what happened was he hired this person, and this guy came with a lot of experience, in the moving business for years, van lines, the whole thing, and just kind of put him with the movers and to oversee them. And what happened was the movers who had, been really, good for my client and followed orders and did what they were supposed to do, were starting to kind of rebel, right, against this new sales manager. And it's not because anything the sales manager did, it was because my client had all these new things and these new processes that he wanted to tighten up, right? He wanted to start, making sure the guys were in uniform, making sure that they were clocking out correctly, making sure that any upsells that were going on, were being handled properly, right? Like all the stuff that you need to do to tighten up your operation. By the way, if you want free training on how to tighten up your dispatch operation, just go to movingmastery.com. I put a free training video there for you. Definitely go check that out, especially right now coming into season. But anyway, so with my client, I said, what we need to do is we need to, create that bond and show the unity between you and this new operations manager, right? In other words, the movers are feeling like, hey, this new guy's over here telling me to do this and telling me to do that, and they don't like change, right? People don't like change. And so, especially when a new person comes in, they're feeling like, hey, this new person, this new ops manager is causing me all this aggravation and all this grief because they want me to do all these new things. I didn't have to do these before this guy got here, right? So that's how the movers are feeling. So it's really important that anytime you put somebody in a position, a management position, that whoever they're going to be overseeing understands the expectations, but also knows that the direction is coming from you, the owner, right? That it's not some new person with new ideas that's trying new stuff. They need to know that these things are going to happen, these new policies that you want to implement are going to happen regardless of this person being the one to oversee it or someone else being the person to oversee it. So, essentially what you want to do is you want to have a meeting, right, to start, at least one meeting to start where, whoever, let's just say it's the movers in this case, right? With my client, it was the movers and he hired an operations manager to oversee them. So you want to make sure that you have a meeting with them and you let them know that, look, guys, You've been great. You've done a great job. You see that we're starting to grow. You see that there's a lot of new things happening. I don't want you to be afraid of the change. I want you to embrace it, because it's just going to mean, great things for everybody, right? So this isn't about the meeting right now. It's more about, just getting that unity, right? And standing next to your manager and letting them see that his words are your words. His message or her message, right, is your message. Not that it's just some random person coming in telling them random things to do, but hey, look, we're trying to improve. We're trying to get better. I brought this individual in to help me do that, right? So I need you guys to, follow orders and do what he's asking you to do, or what she's asking you to do. I'm saying he because it happened to be a male in this case. And, from there, you want to transition and realize that you can't just hire somebody, bring them in, have one meeting with them, and think that's the end of it, okay? You want to keep kind of an open door with, anyone, in this case, the movers, right? So if it's a sales manager we're talking about, it would be your sales reps, your moving consultants. But you want to keep an open door to where they could express their concerns with you, right? You want to be able to have your, in this case, you want to have your movers back and you want to have the managers back, right? You want to be that person in between that's helping to, facilitate that, that bond there, to where they start to trust this individual and they know that if they want to be at this company, this is how things are going to be, and it has nothing to do with that person and their own personal agenda, right? And in order to do that, you've got to remain close to the situation at first. So when you, first hire somebody, like driving here with my knee, I guess that's not a good look on camera. When you first hire somebody, spend time with them and with the people that they're overseeing, and slowly start to back away, right? In other words, we talk a lot about hiring the right people to get in there to run your business so that you could work on your business and not in your business. But before you could ever work on your business, meaning remove yourself from the day-to-day so that you could focus on business development and growth and scaling your company, you do the first step. What you have to do in order to do that is you have to go to work in your business, right? So in other words, in order to step away, the first step is to go in. So if you have a new manager, you want to go in with that person. If that means going and working alongside of them for a little while, and slowly starting to back away as they understand, exactly what it is they're going to do. And as you get the buy-in from the employees, it's crucial that you have the buy-in, right? Because here's what happens. Anytime you bring in a new manager, there's going to be resistance, okay? And you're going to be stuck in the middle, because what you're going to hear is the movers, in this case, or again, salespeople, whoever it might be, whoever this manager's overseeing, you're going to hear the people under him or her complaining, right, about, all of this and all of that. So you're going to have to hear the complaints from the manager about the employees, and you're going to have to hear the complaints from the employees about the manager, vice versa. You're going to have to be able to filter through all of that to see what's going on. And it could be very frustrating if you're not prepared for it, right? If you think in your mind that you're just going to hire someone, put them in the position, and everything's going to be great, then you're going to be really caught off guard when you start having, the movers want to talk to you about the problems they have with the manager, or again, sales reps want to talk about the sales manager. You need to be that in-between person that helps tie all that together, right? And it doesn't take long for it to happen if you set aside the time to have the intention to make that happen, right? So, by the way, we're coming into season. If you are a moving company, you have dispatch operations, you need to tighten them up. There's so much money, the dollars are in dispatch. Go to movingmastery.com, check out the free training. It's only up there for a limited time. I want to make sure you guys are ready, set, to take charge this moving season and crush it and make some money. Because listen, you do a lot. We're talking about hiring a manager. We're talking about hiring a team. There's a lot of moving pieces that go into running a successful moving company. And how you know you're succeeding is A, you have happy customers, right? And B, you got a fat bank account, right? So it's important that you go into season prepared, armed, and equipped with everything that you need to really tighten up to make it all happen. Because again, the customers don't really see everything that goes on that you have to do. As a business owner, you have to do a lot in order to facilitate a good move for your customers and still make money, right? So when you bring in these managers, you've got to be that go-between between them and the people that they're overseeing in order to make sure they succeed, right? Think about all the work that you put in with finding somebody. I mean, a lot of people don't even go out and look for a manager, or they know they need somebody, but they put it off because the hiring process is too difficult, or they don't know what this person's actually going to do. So once you finally bring them in, once you go through the interview process, once you feel like you've got the right person, and I'm sure, you could relate to this. It's happened to me before too. You bring somebody in, you think they're the right person, and they turn out not to be the right person. But don't let them not be the right person because you didn't set them up for success, right? You want to make sure that you set them up for success. And then once you do that, once you see their management style, if it doesn't work for you and it's not what you want in your company, then they're not the right fit. But I can tell you, just bringing a manager in any role, any position, kind of giving them an overview of what you want, and then sending them out there to manage the people is a recipe for disaster. You're going to have, a mutiny going on, with movers, right? And you're going to have the manager telling you that, this person's not listening and we need to fire this person, we need to hire somebody new, and help them in the transition, right? Don't think you could just step away. That's really what it all comes down to. And this doesn't even have to be some brand new manager that you have, right? Let's say you have a manager now and they're struggling with the people that they oversee, right? Understand their struggles. Understand, again, there's two sides to this. Nobody likes their manager, right? Any employee out there in any business, you listen to, anyone, they're always complaining about their manager, right? Well, it's the same thing. And it doesn't mean you have to get them to be best friends. It doesn't mean you have to get them to hang out together. But there needs to be an order to things. There needs to be, a level of the hierarchy where they understand who they need to listen to. And by making the employees understand that the manager's voice is your voice, that the things that the manager is asking them to do that they might not like just because people don't like change, right? Then that's coming from you will go a long way in helping to bridge that gap, right? And create that bond that you're going to need to have in order for your company to continue successfully. All right. So listen, go to movingmastery.com, get that free training while it's still up. It's like an hour and change video of the 7 key areas your dispatcher needs to tighten up to increase profits in your moving company. Go download that now at movingmastery.com. Until I see you next time, go out there every single day, profit in your business, thrive in your life. I'll see you later.